Hi guys, this is Bat Gaming here again with another look at just Mount and Blade like 2 Bannerlord. Uh, I'm gonna go over skilling in the early game and kind of like what everything is, just because the tutorial doesn't really explain it in depth. So first off, we're gonna start with the clan page. You can change your clan name at any time. This is your clan tier. As you can see, I have 33 renown after skipping the tutorial. Later on, it'll actually have a bar that shows you what you have. So you can see you have a rebuild your clan quest, which regarding the clan is about just kind of like, this is the kingdom quest. That's how you eventually join or found a kingdom. So the clan affects your parties. You get your garrisons, your caravans from it. You have your little companions that you adopt into it. Your wife joins your clan when you get one, your kids, or your husband if you are a woman. And your kids eventually are supposed to age up into it. I believe you can play as them if you do die. I'm not really sure how that works now since they changed it. You used to play as a baby. It's really funny. So in my character build guides, I sacrificed a lot of focus points in the intelligence fields and scouting. And scouting boosts your movement speed, your spotting distance, and all that. So these are things that are really nice, and you can remedy that by clan roles. So surgeon is medic, quartermaster is actually your stewardship, engineer is engineering, and scout is scouting. So whoever you assign those roles, they get bonuses in those roles. And you can actually assign multiple roles in the party function to a single person. I'll have to get a companion to show that, and it's kind of up to luck whether or not there's anyone in the town to do that with. So we'll talk to this guy. You can't actually walk around, but it's a sad tale, man. So here we go. So we actually got Amidros Hills. That's actually a new name. I've never heard that name. And it's actually really good we got a companion that early. Because usually I wouldn't. That's not the first thing I would do. So to assign roles to a companion, as far as multiple roles, you can assign them roles here. And if you assign them roles, they get experience as your party moves around if they're in your party. So if you're doing engineer stuff, and this is your engineer, they'll get engineering experience. You yourself won't actually get the levels. And I kind of want to talk about that because, as you can see, if I go here, he's now the engineer, right? Oh, and there's a trait. So he's honest, daring, but he's close-fisted, so he doesn't give away anything, which is good. Companions don't cost anything, as a note. As you can see there, this is kind of a key thing. But as far as skills go, so if your companions are raising them, you don't actually get any points. And skills go into your skill point total, which is how you generate levels, which is how you get more focus points and more attribute points. As you can see, you have a base to your learning limit. It looks like, is that 5 per attribute? Or is it based on something else? Because one attribute here versus what? See, I don't understand. Because here, going to 3 gave you 20, as you can see from endurance, whereas 6 points gives you 50. But you get 30 points from your skill focuses, it looks like, right? Because that's going up by 90. 20. None. 30. So skill focus gives you 30. Attributes are random. I really don't understand what it is, and maybe it scales down after a certain point, after like 5 or something. But note that that is a thing. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. It exists. It's a problem. I didn't even look at what his skills are. So he's a archer, one-handed archer, which is not what I want. I'm gonna make him a two-handed archer. His you can look at your companion skills by clicking sideways. So he actually has decent scouting. So I could switch him to scouting at some point and raise that. And also boost my looting capabilities from, like, I don't know if he'll get roguery like skills as I get them though. I don't think he will. But, or maybe he'll get them from quests. That's something I haven't ever really looked at. But I do want to make a note that he does have like morale debuffs because his archery is so high. So I want him to be an archer. Like, I want to keep boosting this. So I would put actual focus points, because he has 13 free focus points into stuff that I'm actually going to have him doing. So, like, he's a scout through and through. So I would actually put focus points in scouting, two-hand for sure, because I'm going to end up giving him a two-hand. Definitely want his bow skill to go up. And I would boost his smithing, but as a character, I'm not really going to use him for that. So that's also why I'm not going to boost his scouting. Because he's going to be a party leader. He's either going to have a caravan or he's going to roll around, like, helping it, like, just roaming training units. So his riding, his two-hand, his bow, his tactics. These are skills that I'm going to be interested in. As far as leadership, I don't actually know if that'll grow when he's a leader. So I'm going to try to remember that I've done this, but I've put a point in leadership on him. Just to see. And if you notice, he actually got a leadership point for that. That's interesting. So we'll max out bow. We're going to max out two-hand because the late bow stuff is actually pretty good. You get cheaper recruiting and it'll just be better firing. So stuff to note. I do want tactics and I do want leadership. I'm not real sure if charm will actually increase on companions. But you do need to note that you need to confirm skills before you close pages because I don't know, I've had some issues with that just in general. As far as what to do for actual skilling, we're going to go into that real quick. So here's a perfect opportunity. You don't need a companion for this. I'm actually not even going to use the guy that I have. Don't want him to have a role right now. So what do we got? We got a bow, we got a terrible horse. Okay. And typically what I would do is I'd roll around solo right now. So what we can do is we can send him out. We took out a looter, and then we can fight him. So I do that because I want tactic skill, basically. Like, if you simulate fights and you happen to win, you get skill points. So that's all helpful. And then basically what I do is I'll focus on getting my riding up here, because riding boosts my mount speed. And boosting my mount speed boosts my movement speed on the map, my damage, like everything. So it's easy skilling. It's not... Oh, jeez. Look at that sniper with a rock. There we go. Okay. So you can quit your battles early with tab, because we're going to kind of go into this in a bit. As you notice, I gained quite a few skill points already with bows and riding just from doing that. And I already got a focus point because I leveled. So this is kind of the thing. So you're going to get focus points for levels and attribute points. You need to be careful where you put them, for sure. Because if, like, let's say I was focusing more on charm still, like, that's fine and dandy, but am I actually going to ever get enough skill levels to keep leveling if I keep putting points in that? So I want to put focus points in things where I'm getting EXP bonuses. Like, my learning rate's really high, so I'm going to get way more skill points so I can level faster. So having high charm is kind of a demerit in that sense, whereas like trade or smithing, something like that is going to level you really quickly. Riding will level you pretty fast because, like, it just does. It's just a fact of like the system, like, because your learning rate is bonused by your skill focus, your attributes, and then you have like your base rate, of course, which I don't really have too many details on. But you need to take note that that's a thing. And then see, I got tactic skill because I simulated that one fight, which I'm going to want to boost anyway at some point. Do I go smithing? Probably. Like, let's focus smithing. First, I need to run into a small bandit. There we go. 15 would be nice. Yes. Okay. So this is kind of going to showcase what you have to do when you're fighting a big group. So this is perfect. My archery is terrible. I'm going to waste so many arrows. Okay, there's one down. And this horse is trash. Cool. So we gained another level, and as I gain these levels, I do more damage. My horse is faster, like, my control over my horse is better. My aim accuracy will be better with the actual arrows themselves. So this is the border of the map. You can escape running into there, or you can escape by pressing tab. And I can't actually shoot while riding really well yet till I get attributes and perks for the, like, bow. So I do want to use up as many arrows as I can from my little satchel. Or quiver, whatever you call it. Oh god. Get off the tree, guy. My maneuverability is horrible. This horse is trash. This bow is trash. Like... the start of the game. Anyway. You just kind of kite your way around a little bit. And keep hitting people. Try not to get hit too much, obviously, because you have to do what I'm doing, you actually have to have your health up. And I'm reducing my damage because I'm riding away from where I'm actually shooting. So note that if you move like that, you are going to do reduced damage. So I did run out of arrows, and I'm going to press tab, middle mouse button, and retreat. This will actually back me out of the fight, and as long as I have enough health, I can jump back in with more ammo. It'll change. It can change the field that you're on too. A lot of the times it'll be similar, if not the same. But you'll want to make note of that too, because sometimes it pays to retreat until you get better terrain. Like, let's say you're fighting a bunch of mounted cavalry. In that situation, it would pay for you to be aware that, like, if you have rocks, you can post up your units along the, like, rocks. Like, that alone will stop a charge. Like, yeah, you'll lose probably a guy as they run in your unit line, but if you position your units correctly, you can actually mitigate a lot of the damage you take. Like, there's a lot of strategy in this game that you can do. Like, you can play it like it doesn't matter, but positioning and tactics is a big part of it. Like, I won battles where I jumped in just myself with a bunch of peasants and we beat, like, bandit raiders on horses just because I positioned my units well and utilized what they were good at, which was pitchforks and rocks to stop charges, so they have good range and mob tactics. Like, it's a great game. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up really quick here probably, because I'm gonna have to back out one more time. You can stop them from throwing if you hit them, which is nice. But the thing is, you gotta hit them right when they're throwing. And if they do cock their arm back the whole way, they got a stone loaded, so it's faster after you hit them for them to throw it again. Or to, like, make the throwing animation. Ah, I missed. I missed bad. Alright. Let's back out. Should be the last time I have to back out. Gather my arrows from the side of the road. That's how I roleplay that. That's my justification. And I want to hop into, like, my first character build. So, like, if you press Alt, you can see where your enemy formations are and what you need to, like, move to avoid. Or where you need to go to find them. Just forgot to mention that. I think the game actually will tell you that in their base tutorial, so I really don't need to go over it as long as you do the tutorial. But that brings up another point. Why not do the tutorial? Because you don't keep anything. It's a waste of time. So if you do the tutorial, you get your skill points, but you don't keep any of your items. You actually start over with all the base loot you got when you first started the tutorial. I don't understand why they remove your items. So it's just annoying. But anyway, you'll see I got a fair amount of loot. So I probably have enough money to come up here and gear myself up. And there's some looters I can attack. So typically I wouldn't even sell this stuff, but I'm going to, out of desperation. So this is a one-handed polearm, maybe? Actually not terrible. Yeah, we're gonna use that. So I want to keep this fish, this grain, and sell everything else. So you can lock your items and sell all. Kind of a cool little feature I learned about. You can also sort by what you want to buy and sell. Just note that if you sell all like this, you do sell everything else. So I've made that mistake, obviously. As you'll notice, I kind of deck myself out with 2-hand weapon, 2 bags of arrows, and a bow. Like that's my kit, my go-to setup. I want to buy a faster horse. So, oh, yeah, I want to talk about this. I don't know why your harness follows your horse. Can I buy this desert horse? Hell yeah. So if you drag it to your mount, it'll stay, but if you drag your mount off, you lose your horse armor. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense because it's attached to the horse. But it's just interesting that it actually does that. And then, on top of that, horses you stack in your party boost your carrying capacity and your troop movement speed when you have melee troops. So be aware of that. Like, that's how you affect your movement speed. Scouting does not really affect your movement speed as much as you would want it to. And then, what else do I need to say? Because I don't have it yet. I almost have riding speed. I do want the morale, but I'll wait on that. I'll use focus points and bow once I get my morale and my 2-hand higher. Here. I'm gonna put one there. And then definitely need one in riding. Probably. No. Here's what we'll do. We'll do endurance. I'll just have to get another endurance point to get my melee penalty. That'll save me focus points, so I can put one in athletics. And then throw down the one I need in tactics. Okay. And then we can go hop on this fight. So yeah. As you have cavalry, like as you get cavalry, you get faster. Like the whole thing. Does that give me polearm skill? I couldn't even see. But the faster you are, the more damage you do, the more horses you have, the faster you move. Like, so just note that if movement speed's your problem, you probably just need more horses. So that's kind of going to be the end of this little short exposition, and we'll have to go into more later. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was a guide by Bad Gaming about early game skilling, kind of like what everything does with regard to the clan tag. Because as you see here, I'm getting renowned for victories. There we go. It's kind of like what clan features you need to watch for, like getting a companion, what they do, kind of like how you can boost your movement speed. Kind of it. Anyways, it's kind of our early game start guide. Anyway, thanks for watching.